What's happening, guys? It's Can Connection is back, but it never really went anywhere because you guys carried the ball while I was doing my thing.
Yeah, we showed the Canadian flag every time, so there you go.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Got you, Ryan.
Now you owe me 25%.
What? Oh, 25% of nothing, still nothing.
Welcome back, Ryan. Welcome back. I hope your vacation was good.
It was good. Yeah. Vacation over.
So you had to escape the cold?
Beginning. It's not that cold.
You had to escape it.
Yeah, we were able to escape it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Jay Clean, Nathan's really happy you're back, Ryan.
Oh God, Jay was on me.
About what?
Oh, everything.
Yeah,
any kind of crap Jay could give me, he was giving me. It's okay though. I took it like a champ and fired back when I could.
So Joe says, stay tuned for who gets banned in arm wrestling this week.
He needs to elaborate on that.
Elaborate. And then Jay Clean says, I'll just put this right up here. We can just put this up here. He sure is a lot of drama. Sure is a lot of drama.
Yeah, he's not lying.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
man.
Jay Clean. It can be embarrassing. It's just the whole thing is just. Well, I don't want to say that word because we're only a minute and a half in, but it's just stupid that it's come down to this. And you know what? I've thought about this long and hard. Normally, it's the people, not all, but it's that group that's been in the sport for 5 years or less that are doing this garbage. All the OGs are like, all right, man, whatever. But it's they're really just so disrespectful, and they're trying to make a name for themselves, and they do it the wrong way. And I think it's starting to rub the veterans like us the wrong way. That's just my opinion.
Well, I completely agree. I mean, there's so much bullshit going on. It's I can't think of another sport I've ever been involved in that has this level of stuff attached to it. Especially when people are kind of like they're trying to be big time, but they're not quite there yet. And they're putting all this value on their own product.
Well, I think it also boils down to people that have. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this and not sound like I'm coming off as a complete jerk, but people that truly don't have like high end aspirations in the sport, they're just content with being involved.
You're just
That
doing
try
that
to
to flex your arm.
no, not at all. Actually, the Bears look really good. Uh, that have no real aspirations in the sport other than to just kind of be involved. That tend to start the most drama.
And
But it is what it is.
also live in a society where, people like to see the car wrecks. They like to see, the fights. And instead of walking down the street where back in the day you see an old lady get robbed, we jump in there and kick that guy's behind. Now we just walk by and, let's go ahead and get this on film and then try to post it on social media to see how many likes we get, which is sad. This is what we live in right now, unfortunately. So.
And that brings us to Arm Gods.
That's a great transition right there.
That's a segue.
I'm a fan of that one.
No thumbtacks, no electric shock, just USA versus various European countries.
I thought it was Great Britain, but
I will say it's. I know it's supposed to be UK.
Well, there's somebody from Lithuania in there too. So, but yeah.
Last time I checked, Mindaugas was not from the UK.
Right.
Which I offered to step in there actually at one point.
You're Canadian.
Corey West succumbed to the threat of being banned by the World Series of Arm Wrestling.
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, talking to the powers that be, you will be part of that card when they come to Canada in October.
Well, they're being presumptuous. Maybe I don't want to be part of that card in October. Maybe they need to make me a good offer.
Oh,
maybe I'll be retired and moved on to something less dramatic like slap fighting.
Oh God, are you serious, man?
No.
Now here's the thing. What do I get out of that? First of all, I ain't let no
Jake
grown man
Lean,
slap me.
hang on one sec here, Jody. Before we get down that path, Jake Lean says he's lived in the UK for like 20 years. Okay, it doesn't make him from the UK. I can go
Yeah,
live
where
in
were
the
you?
States.
Yeah, hold on. You can live somewhere. That doesn't mean you were originated from that place.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, because I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon, and I've
So you're
made
from
Bend, Oregon my
Oregon.
home for the last 20, almost 25 years. So does that make me, is my hometown here now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Jody? I mean, I thought you were just Canadian. That's a bit of a shock.
That's a yeah. That's
Yes,
true.
Justin. That's the best thing I've heard so far. They have less, drama.
Maybe
I
that's
think what
because
it
you get to
is.
actually slap the person.
That's just
Well, yeah, I
what
think
it is. That's exactly what it is. Eventually, you get to slap the shit out of the guy that's causing you drama. And
Did
then
you
it's
see?
over.
I want to say the R word, but I know we can't say that, so I won't. But did you
No,
see
we
that?
can't do that.
Can I say dumbass?
Yeah.
I think we could say drunk person. I'm pretty sure he was intoxicated.
Did you see that cheese dick that was at Sean Hancock's event?
Oh man, that guy.
Well, they definitely,
Was that guy drunk? Like he must have been drunk.
well, they definitely made him famous.
Yeah. He just seemed like he just had no idea what he was doing. Like he was not. It seemed like a novice arm wrestler just doing stupid shit.
Well, that was amateurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it almost seems like something you would do if you're at a bar with your buddies and stuff and you had a few.
Oh,
And I can take you and you like hold each other's elbow. Like that's what it looked like. I'm like,
That's
bro, you had a
100%.
sanctioned event.
That was 100% what it was. A bar arm wrestler coming to an event.
These people, man, I swear.
I remember years ago, Cobra was disappointed in me because I made some like some hardcore arm wrestling page, and he thought that was offensive because John Miazdik would be turning in his grave, he said. And then here we go, 2 years later, he comes up and is a part of X Arm, which just
I
came
remember
across.
that.
You never saw it? Did you see X Arm?
How far did that last? Because I saw that.
Not very far. It was basically a hockey fight. So you're tied to the guy. You can win by pinning him, or you can literally knock him out with your off arm, kick him in the head, or submit him somehow. Because we saw a lot of armbar attempts over top of an arm wrestling table. And it was pretty stupid.
At that point, it's like, why even have the arm wrestling table? Just go ahead and. Here's the thing: don't try to make a sport, and this is why some of it, us arm wrestling community, why some of this stuff doesn't work. Stop trying to make arm wrestling into something else. That's where we fail, people. Stop all that. Slap fighting. Why there's no drama? Because they are who they are. They don't try to be anybody else but them.
Somebody's going to die in that sport, if you can even call it a sport.
So let me ask you this. How are you going to sit there and make football, one of my favorite sports, so protective that, now we got this CTE stuff. I'm waiting for somebody to die from that if somebody hasn't already. That's a CTE waiting to happen.
I could give you some examples of people that have died from CTE, but it would not be popular, and I'm not going to say the guy's name.
No, we don't want to go down that rabbit hole either. But
no.
That stuff is like, you kidding me? So, but nonetheless, let's get back on the bigger and better things.
Yeah. We're talking arm gods, and we'll wait for Nathan to get off the phone. But that's this weekend.
That is Friday night.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, I feel like crap. I don't know where this last minute cold came from, but I'm just congested. I got hot cup of tea with honey. I got water. I got Vicks Vapor Rub, a box of Kleenex. I don't know where this came from, but all of a sudden it just hit me hard. So not really feeling the greatest, but no injuries, no aches and pains.
My father used to take a teaspoon of Vicks Vapor Rub and dissolve it in tea and drink it.
Ooh, that's a man right there.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that?
No. You're not supposed to do that.
Man, that's a straight up man right there.
He's
But
still alive.
yeah, see, I mean, who would have thought you eat blue cheese, which is molded cheese, and you're still alive, you know? But
Yeah.
no, I feel like physically, I feel good. Like there's no aches and pains. I'm ready for this match. It's just this last minute congestive thing hit me hard, so I'm trying to like get through that before I leave tomorrow. I'm flying out tomorrow night from here to Denver, overnight there. I'll meet Mr. Corey Miller at the airport Thursday morning, and we're flying out to Philly, and we'll be there sometime afternoon, East Coast time, and then the festivities will begin. I guess Team UK are going to arrive tomorrow.
So Justin I think makes a comment here. He says, "I've always felt like Arm Gods perpetuates the negative stereotypes that go along with arm wrestling." What would you say to that?
I say I don't agree with everything they do, but deep down they're nice guys. It's just I think people take them for what they are as a surface. They kind of go, "All those guys they're rude, they're vile, and all that kind of stuff." But if you actually get to know them, they're good. They used to flick me stuff all the time because I made a comment about the thumbtack match to this day, and they know deep down like, yeah, we're just poking fun at you. And I think because I stood behind my comment, and what those guys are like is that, hey, we respect you more when you say something and you stand by it, no matter how much crap we throw at you.
Yeah, I think they. I don't know if they definitely perpetuate all of them. They definitely lean into them,
Right?
And put some weird gimmicky shit in there that had nothing to do with arm wrestling, like the beer can upside the head, the thumbtack match. Like none of that stuff is something that we ever thought was part of arm wrestling in the past. Now, this is a pretty solid card.
I want to get into it now, but Nathan's on the phone, so I kind of want to wait till he gets on. But I'll say this for Jay Clean. He says Arm Gods is the true clown show promotion of arm wrestling. I will say this. If you watch their events, not every event is like that. I think a lot of people took that one Uncle John and Evan Burgoyne match and ran with it. And I told them point blank, hey, that's not arm wrestling. You can sit there and try to convince me and the whole world all you want to. That is not the future of arm wrestling. That is not arm wrestling. I sat there and said that. And I got crucified for that last year. All year from those guys. Crucified, But at the same time, every match preceding that one was awesome because Ron Bath was there. Ron Bath, Ryan Bowen match, the Tim Breslin, Mindy Doskus match, RVJ was on that card. So every match preceding that one was fine. I think the problem was, and I'll say it again on record, that they tried to force feed us that gimmick match was the match that was going to like take arm wrestling to the next level. And I was like, no, I'll shoot that stuff down. That is not what arm wrestling is. And then later on down the road, it became, well, it was a gimmick match. Cool. If they would have said that day one, it wouldn't have been a big deal, But I sat there and watched every match except for the last one, which was the thumbtack match. And I applauded them. I praised them for it, They've had matches where they've gone to Canada last year, They had one in January where a few Canadians went there. Pork Chop went there. BLM went there. Pork Chop came back with the belt, if I'm not mistaken. So he's one of their champions. And then BLM actually pulled my opponent this coming Thursday. He pulled James Beach, and he lost 4-0. But, I was just trying to get a reference of what am I getting myself into. Because I've watched all kind of video of my opponent, and I haven't seen a whole lot of him getting pinned. So, interesting.
GB asked a question here. He says, where is Chance Shaw? Last I heard, not long ago, he's having some back problems.
Well, he's also going to become a father, so I think he's real focused on that too. Not his wife is having the baby, but they're focused on that. So, did you hear about John Brzezinski having back surgery?
I did not, and he's
going to. Well, I think so. On the live yesterday, it was Ingen. He had Baxter, Michael Todd, Corey West, and Devin Laird on there, and they were talking about, because Devin made a comment about, hey, is me and Corey West the main event? It should be. And Inga says, nah, it's going to be Brzezinski and Yoshi because this might be John's last two-raw because I think he's having back surgery after this. So who knows? Let me let my dog out. He's like staring at me. Hold on for a sec. Go ahead and run it, Ryan.
Well, I'm going to make a comment here that John should be the main event. Nathan's looking at me. Seems like back problems is a pretty current issue with arm wrestling. Jay, I would say that a lot of that is probably attributed to people training one side and not doing equal training on each side. So, yeah, if you do that, you're going to run into some issues. Would you agree with that, Jody?
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it depends on what your workouts are too. Like there's things I quit doing because it gave me back issues. Like, you know how like people go to bench press, they kind of arch their back. That would give me so much pain that I would just quit doing it. It got to a point I would just, lay flat on the bench with my knees up, legs crossed, and bench that way because it straightened my back out. Never gave me that arch, and that would just give me pain. And at this point, when you get to a certain age, you just don't want to hurt no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. You're talking about Nathan up there.
Because trust me, Nathan, when you get to be our age, man, you don't recover as fast as you used to. So,
I mean, my body's pretty old from the military, so.
Jay says, why would a Corey Devin left arm match be a headliner? That's interesting.
It's not. John and Yoshi is the headliners.
Right, but why would it?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Oh, why would it?
I can give you some reasons.
Number one spot in North America on the left arm.
Yeah, that. Devin, obviously, with the biggest following in arm wrestling. It's intriguing. It's not one of these, rinse and repeat matches that we've seen 100 times.
And they do have some history, too. I mean, if you think about it, they have pulled on the practice table. And, obviously it's practice. So
right.
And Corey has gotten the better of Dev every time in practice. But we all know practice and game time are two totally different people. So.
Yeah.
So. But.
And Corey's got to sustain it. He's got to win a few times.
Well, my question is, I know that I listened to the podcast yesterday. Devin's like, I'm not dumb enough just to jump inside with you round one.
He won't.
And I honestly think that would be a bad decision. So, because horsepower wise, I do believe Corey has in that position more horsepower than Devin. But tactically, Devin is the better arm wrestler and will find kinks in the armor. So,
I think Devin's gonna do this. Meaning that he's going to sit there and try to wear Corey out before he decides to even try to go in. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't care how big Devin is. You try to go toe-to-toe, power for power with Corey, he's going to lose that. So Devin's going to try to stay outside. He's going to try to maybe get to a position where he can lock everything in and hold Corey and make Corey wear himself out. That's going to be his path, I think, to beating Corey.
100%. Well, that's like Devin was saying, do you have 2 minutes in you? Like, if I stop you, can you keep going and keep going and keep going? Do you have that gas tank?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If it's already going, Corey mows him over, it's going to be like that. All rounds are going to be like that.
I mean, there is a viable path to victory for Corey. If he can get Dev here, which we all know is really, really hard, then he has a path to victory. But if he can't get it and Devin's able to crack his hand, then
we gonna talk about this Arm Gods card here or what?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, we're waiting for Nathan to get off the phone. So
I'm sorry, my boss called me.
You have a boss?
I do. We'll talk about it after.
And these
yeah, I know who it was. Uh-oh. Nathan,
Jody
can you hear me? Jody is frozen.
I can hear you. Jody's gone.
Jody will be back. Let's talk about the prelim match.
Okay.
It says Lewis versus Hawks.
Oh, I know who Hawks is. I'm not super familiar with Lewis.
It's not Tim Lewis, is it?
Might be.
We need Jody back here to tell us this.
I know.
I'm going to open another Facebook message. Here's the weird thing about, just to get the updated graphic for the event, do you think I could find it on the
Arm Gods page?
Yeah. No. I had to go all the way over to the 98% to get the updated photo, the one without Corey West in it.
I can't help you there. I'm sorry.
No. Which comes back to what I've always said. I don't like when we end up with promoters not promoting adequately. So let's go back to 98% because there's bullshit on the Arm Gods page.
Jody's back.
What do you mean?
They don't
What happened?
put updated photos or promotional materials on the page.
You been talking about the one with Nick Stone?
No, we're talking about the prelim match.
Well, but I was talking about the one with Nick Stone.
Oh, sorry.
You mean okay? So Nick Stone. The problem is that when the actual video came out, which was good by the way, it had Corey on there, and then after that Greg Sharp announcement, then all of a sudden, we're kind of stuck with that. They didn't make a new one with Nick Stone on there. So,
well, they did, but it wasn't on the Arm Gods page. I had to go find it somewhere else.
Oh, well. Nonetheless,
Right,
Tim Lewis and Michael Hawks preliminary match to kick things off.
Tim Lewis.
It is
USA,
Tim Lewis.
Yeah, USA versus USA. Me being a part of this card, I'm not making any suggestions. So hope y'all got paper and pen because I'm not making no predictions.
Nah, I'm not making predictions right now. I'll make predictions, but I ain't writing them down.
Yeah, I don't know enough about most of these guys. Like, I don't know. I know Tim is like a pile of muscle.
Tim is beatable, and I've seen him.
He's not top rolling anybody, I'll tell you that.
No, he definitely is not doing that. But Hawk has a lane. I honestly think Hawk's speed will help him out a lot. So I think Hawk can honestly win it. But if he gets caught in that hook that he has, then it could be a problem.
It's a fairly accurate description.
He's not lying.
All right, Burton versus Kaler. Don't know either one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm not. Obviously,
No clue.
Donekis versus McAllen. Don't know.
Who?
Donekis versus McAllen.
Nathan McAllen out of New Mexico.
Nate McAllen's a bad dude. I see him winning that if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Number 3 is the first title match. There's 11 matches. 6 of them are title matches. This is the first one, match 3. Kevin Palco against Connor Sale for the Independence belt.
Okay.
And depends
Sorry,
on.
Palco. I think Sale wins it.
Think so?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking biased as all, so because I want that cup.
Well, I'm being honest. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, no."
Be honest. Be honest.
I'm always.
Then we got this Beach versus Williams match. Never heard of those guys.
Me either.
The only left-hand match on the card, by the way.
Jody, if you go with the plan we created for the other 2 matches, you win the match.
Yeah.
If you go away from it, you're in trouble.
Now, I got to add something, though. And I don't think how many of the viewers know and you guys know, but we are doing the Arm Gods rules, okay? So, me and James Beach are pulling for the 105 kg left-hand independence title. Every title match, 2 things you got to remember. 1, every title match is best of 7.
Okay.
And 2, we're pulling on a 7x9 pad.
Well, then you have tons of room to run, which is what our plan for the original stuff was. So I definitely.
So there ain't no 7x7. It's width wise, it's still 7, but front and back,
What?
adding 2
So
inches.
so no, I'm not gonna lie. I had you as like a 65-35, but having the 2 inch extra on the back of the pad, it takes it up to 75-25.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You guys
Now,
know Nick Stone was in the chat.
Who? Oh, I did see Nick Stone was in the chat. Yeah, I saw Stone TV in there.
And then match
I'm
number
rolling with
5.
Jody Williams.
Well, thank
straight.
you, sir.
I don't think he gets 4
I'm
straight. I think Jody
Nathan,
gets what?
how dare
I'm
you?
saying 4-1.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Here's
I'll
the
be
thing.
quiet now.
Why I really want this match, because I know some Americans out there who want to see me fall flat on my face.
Bullshit.
When I win this, I'm gonna stick it to them. Rest assured. As I was saying, match number 5.
And you can wear
What's that?
belt. You come on here next week with that belt over your shoulder, and you tell them how you feel.
Oh, it might be
Get that belt first.
You might have to have this show as viewer discretion is advised, because I'm gonna say a lot of stuff
After the first 15 minutes.
after the first 15 minutes, right?
Well,
Match number 5: Paul Passmore, James Wall.
That's a good match.
I have concerns. Do I think Paul has? It's right-handed, right?
Yeah.
If it was left-handed, I would pick Paul all day. I do see Paul as a better left-handed arm wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Right-handed, I have concerns, and that's no shade at Paul. It's just Paul came down in weight. He's coming down in weight again for this, and we saw him gas out his last super match. I understand he's been doing stuff to try to alleviate that, but there wasn't a lot of time between that match and this match, realistically.
Well, you talking about January?
Yeah,
that's
almost, not a lot
almost
of time.
2 months.
There's not a lot more you can do for stamina in 2 months.
I think
you get acclimated to the weight.
Yeah,
I've been talking with Paul, because I'm gonna be in his corner. So I've been talking with him, and we kind of touched base after his match at Knuckles Up, and he said he just gassed out because his first 2 rounds he went right through that guy. But then I got to thinking, I'm like, well, that guy purposely do that to wear you down, and then he just came back and won 3 straight. So I told Paul, I was like, we got to get that conditioning dialed in, And it's funny because these matches, these weights right now are like IFA based. So you got to remember that Paul Cruz, Paul Passmore, and myself, we all got to come down to 231. Whereas we all pull on a 242 because the next day at Winter Blast, there's a 242 class. So that may play a factor also.
and here's my concern too, is like James is not slow. James is very, very fast. We saw that in the Toulier match, right?
Yeah.
And if he can hit Paul to the B side, which he was able to do with Craig, which was super impressive, Paul's in trouble. Because I don't know that he's going to have the horsepower to just rip right through him. You know what I mean?
I think he has the horsepower to stop it. But then again, if you stop James Wall, he doesn't mind grinding it out either.
Exactly. That's my concern, right? Like I said, no shade on Paul Passmore. I do have James Wall as a favorite in this match.
Yeah, well, you know me, I'm biased, so you know who I'm going for. But I'm hoping that his condition is on point. We've been kind of, me and the 2 Pauls have been kind of talking to one another. Hey, where's your weight at this morning? That kind of stuff. So,
like I said, it's nothing against Paul. I have nothing against
right.
Paul. Like, he's a good human being. He's a good puller. But I just, I have to, I see it how I see it, and I do see James Wall as a favorite in this matchup. Ryan?
I'm still going to take Passmore.
I didn't say I was taken. I said as a favorite. See, I didn't. Haha.
You're just on that line of.
I know.
Being a traitor.
Good thing there's no Latvians on this card.
Match number 6, we got Josh Davis and Bob Brown.
Bob Brown, the technician.
But we know Josh can sit here all day.
See, here's the thing. Josh will do this and sit here all day. Bob will do this and sit here all day.
It's gonna
So
be a lot. I see it being a Jerry Michael outcome where they're just stuck in a spot for just
who's going to outlast who in that? That's how I
exactly.
look at it. You know.
I have Bob as the favorite, but I do see this being an absolute death match, and
Yes.
this match is 100% coming down to stamina.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know. So
100%.
what do you think, Mr. Espy?
I mean, yeah, it'll come down to stamina, but I think Bob is by far the more technical guy.
Oh,
Agreed.
no doubt.
I think he'll figure out something before he's completely exhausted. He's also smart enough to not hang in there if he knows it's just going to kill them both.
Match number 7, world
But I do
title
have
match.
Bob the favorite. Bob's the favorite
Great.
in my opinion.
This is a great
yeah.
match. Sanders versus Miller. That's an amazing match.
Corey
Craig
Miller.
Sanders, Corey Miller. You got the Bullet versus the Flash. World title match.
Corey is so strong right now. Like ridiculously strong right now.
I talked to him yesterday. We kind of went over some stuff. I'm flying out with him. He's actually my roommate through this whole thing. So yeah, we touched base, and I'm feeling confident. He's feeling confident.
Yeah. Nathan's doing his taxes at the same time as the show's
No,
going.
no, I'm working, sir.
Jay Clean, can someone explain to me how this is a world title match? Well, it's an Arm Gods world title match. So it's an Arm Gods promotion. So it's not like you know how East vs. West has their world title? It's kind of like the same thing, only it's under the Arm Gods umbrella.
Yeah.
So think of it that way. Think of it as me pulling James Beach for the Arm Gods Intercontinental. It'll be for the Independence belt. So
I'm going to have my own world titles here next year, right here in Manitoba.
Is that where national?
Nope. I'm just going to call my tournament world titles.
No. It's the national is in Regina.
Yeah.
I'm going
to have my King of the North is going to be for the King of the North world title.
I got a question. Isn't WAF supposed to come to Canada like in the next couple of years?
2027.
I would put quite a bit of money on that not happening.
Oh, I was going to say where if it was going to.
It'd probably be Ontario.
Apparently.
Yeah, it'd be over in Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Jay Clean, I understand, but the winner of the East vs. West world title matches are truly the champ. Yeah, you're right. But what does that do for like somebody who won WAF Supers? They're a world title too.
I don't agree with any of this stuff. Like only East versus West should call its title world titles. I think that right now, and I'm a purist, of course, that WAF is the only true world title.
It's the hardest tournament in the world to win.
Now, if you put Arm Gods world title, that eliminates that whole thing. If you just say world title, then it's like, well, wait a minute. So I see why, Brian's saying that. I realize Jay Clean saying that. But if you put that moniker in front of world title, I think it kind of eliminates that. Because then we know what kind of title you got. So that's just my opinion. But, so yeah, Corey's going to, go right through them. The next one, this is going to be a fun one. This is for the Independence belt. David Bradford, Jason Merlot.
I'm taking Merlot.
I do see Merlot as a favorite of this, yeah. I think Jason has too many tools.
I think Merlot needs to get his head on straight after his loss at Knuckles Up, and I think he will, Yeah,
you know what? I was so impressed with Merlot because, honestly, there were so many people in that room that expected him to just get destroyed by Bogdan.
Yeah, you were there in person. Tell us how it was, Ryan.
It was a shocker, man. Merlot was one pin away from winning that super match.
And
he just gassed. That's it.
And I think we got to give Bogdan all the credit in the world too, because he didn't want to win the match on fouls and allowed them to have another go.
Well, I also don't agree with that. Because then what? Like, what happens if Merlot comes back and wins?
Then he wins.
The match is already over. The rules are the rules.
I know.
Like, do you see
But I'm
the?
saying, yeah, no, I'm just saying, you got to give Bogdan respect though for being like, look, let's do this right. You know what I mean?
No, I do not find that to be. I honestly,
Okay.
I'll be. I don't find that to be an act of respect. I find that to be self-serving.
Okay, so it's that question, age-old question, SB, where you're at the WAF World Championships or IFL or whatever, and it's the finals. And if you win this match, you're a world champion. Now, the guy elbow fouls twice, but you never pin the guy, you're worth the world champion. Do you take that?
Yes, absolutely, you do. The rules are clear.
I just know some people. Actually, it's on YouTube. There's a video out there circling around where it was a WAL match, one of the regionals they had, and it was Craig Tullier versus Quinlan Mendez. Some of you may know where I'm going with this. And Quinlan like elbow foul twice, and Craig's like, I don't want to win that way. Run it back.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Like, the rules are the rules. You can't. It's not up to the competitors to manipulate those rules. So the last time I was at the WAF Championships was 2018. I beat Cody Merritt in the final to win that title. I was in control of that match with the hand. Like, there was no doubt in my mind that I was winning that match. He fouled twice.
Right.
I didn't make him do that. He did that as part of the struggle. And you will often see when somebody gets in trouble, they will elbow foul.
Yeah, they're trying to get the restart. I get that.
So when Bogdan completely like takes Merlot's energy away and it's gone, to say I don't want to win that way and call him back to the table.
Well, I think he also knew he was going to win.
He knew he was going to win. Why go through it? Matt Sador's in the house.
Hey, Billy Berg's in the house. What's up, everybody?
But regardless, the match was a screamer, right? Like, when Jason got his position, was able to keep Bogdan out. But all those goes, man. You can only take that hit so many times when you're trying to catch it on your hammer.
It was very clear who the better super match puller was that day, even if it ended on a foul.
Yeah, so I got a question. In what you just said, Nathan, it's hard to take that hit constantly like that. Why would he not do something else then? Instead of take that same thing over and over?
Because maybe like you don't. It could be a multitude of things. You don't trust your inside game to where you're wanting to catch that press on your forearm. Maybe you're worried about. Maybe you have an injury in your elbow, like on your UCL or something like that on the elbow, or maybe you just after that first. Oh man, I can get that. Like, maybe he felt like there was a power discrepancy there, and he had to knock him outside of his shoulder because if it stayed inside, he wasn't gonna be able to match it strength for strength. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
Ooh, Neil Pickup's in. Hey, highlight that, SB. Neil Pickup says, I disagree. I've actually had that happen at WAF finals also, and screw that. Personally, I'd rather pin the guy and eliminate any questions in anyone's mind. It's just a personal choice, I guess.
Hey, we should invite Neil on. He knows these English
Can we do that? Hey man, give him the link. Neil, hop on here, man. Because the next match, I think, is going to be the best match of the card, in my opinion.
Let's live dangerously.
Get in here, Neil.
Because I'm gonna tell you what. Here's. I think.
Hold on. You put it in the chat.
I put it in the chat.
Don't you people.
Here's the thing. This is what I think. This next match for the Arm Gods World Title, right hand 105 kg, is going to be the match of the card, in my opinion. It's going to be Bogdan Storka, the guy we just talked about, who pulled Merlot at Knuckles Up, versus Paul Cruz, who just recently came off his Arnold Classic 242 title win. Guys, help me out here.
Paul Cruz looked so good. Like, he looked good.
I mean, and if we watch his match with Tucker, he was able to catch, Tucker hit that outside move, and then at the bottom, he was able to turn Tucker into a hook and had the power to bring it back.
I've never seen that happen to Tucker before.
Well, my thing is though, like that's two totally different styles though. You have a guy that is a true blue. I'm coming at you and I'm hitting you with that fast press. So you're having to catch that. And a
Paul,
guy that's an outside move. But Paul
no
looked
worries, Neil. No
incredible.
worries. But the link's out there for anyone else.
Don't do it. Oh,
But yeah,
I'm
I
going to
mean,
tell you that at that weight, there's not going to be any bigger guy than Paul Cruz.
Bogdan's
That
huge
weight,
too, though.
he is like going to be as big as you can possibly be to just inch under that weight limit.
yeah, he's doing a super duper water load. I'm like, bro, because
Like,
we asked him.
You get him to stand next to Bogdan. Holy smokes, man!
I
you
talked
guys
to
are-
Paul.
Go
I
ahead,
said,
sorry.
bro. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna stay at 242 just for the Arnolds. I'm like going, you do realize you got a title match coming up 3 weeks later, and you got to be 231. He goes, oh yeah, I'm just go ahead and do that. Then I'm gonna start my water cut,
man. That's a sauna cut.
I'm
that's
like,
an easy
oh.
one. That is a true easy Sonic cut. 9 pounds.
Yeah,
Nothing.
he was watching what he consumed like throughout that weekend because it's in the back of his mind that he's got this thing coming in a very short time.
Yeah.
But do you guys agree or not? Like I said, with style wise, we're talking two totally different styles with Bogdan and Tucker, right? Like Bogdan's putting everything behind that shoulder and coming at him. It's can he maintain center table and stop Bogdan from turning him this way right from the start? I mean,
It's going to be like this. Do you remember the Levon Jerry match where Jerry's coming full force? Levon just gripped him a little lower. So anytime Jerry would come like that, it would block that. It would block this.
Yeah.
You
Paul does have
remember
a
that?
huge hand too.
Yeah.
I hear that Paul Cruz is allowed to weigh in like 48 hours ahead of time.
Oh, they made it simple, you know. Hey, Neil, if I win this match, you and I should talk down the road, man, about what might be in store for me down the road, either or. But no, there'll be no Ryan Bowen weigh-ins. They made that clear right out the gate.
Did they actually say it like that?
They sat there and said straight up, there'll be none of that stuff. We got 2 more matches left. So we got this one concerns me. Lee Weber and RVJ, because I don't know what mind frame RVJ is in. He left the group chat prior to his match with Saunders, and we ain't heard from him since.
Is he in the dungeon training?
Is he showing up?
If I'm being, I don't know. He was in a group chat just yucking up with everybody else, this, that, and the other, and all of a sudden, all communication just stopped. And this was prior to his match with, Stoica, and then he went out there and just got toyed with. And I'm like, man, where you at, dog? Like, what happened? So I don't even know.
Rob needs a win.
He does.
Yeah.
And it all depends on which Rob shows up. If Rob shows up in the right mind frame, Rob can easily win the match.
And that's the thing. That's always been the moniker. We don't know which version of RBJ you're going to get. That's unfortunate. I don't know either.
Ryan, you see that comment? First time he's had ads pop up during the live stream.
Yeah, I've never had anyone mention that.
Hey,
before.
you guys do know if you watch those ads all the way through, it helps Ryan out, right? And helps out the channel.
Nobody's getting rich off this channel, I'll tell you that.
Don't skip them. I was trying, Ryan.
I don't know anything about Weber, but
nobody to sleep on. Nobody to sleep on.
No, of course not. I mean, if Rob needs to win this match, I think
Rob desperately needs to win this match. Because if he loses the match, where does he go? You know what I mean? Like
East versus West ain't gonna call him anytime soon if he keeps losing.
Right.
I mean, we saw him with Sasha, and let's be honest, Sasha's.
We're talking way back at the. That's a few years ago now.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, since then I'm basing it off that we saw him with Sasha. Sasha beat him.
Okay, this is a problem.
What? Yeah. Well, then I'm leaning more toward Weber now.
Hey, look who it is.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Because guess what? We're going to talk about your match coming up. world title match, Mindy versus Nick Stone. What we got? Matter of fact, I
It's a
think
tough one, man, because I've seen Nick's. This is a right-handed match.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I always thought Nick was superior with his left arm, but I might be wrong. But I will tell you that Nick has looked really good lately.
If you would have asked this question January, right? If you would have asked that question January when it was Corey West against Doskis, everybody and their mom would have said Corey West. But now, and this is no disrespect to Nick, I think even Nathan might have said it. Now that Nick Stone's inserted, now it might be a coin toss. Yes?
I think it's a much better match.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Hello, Gage.
Maybe we see domination one way or another, but
hello, sir.
It's a tough one. It is a world title.
Yes.
Which I assume Mindaugas holds that belt right now.
Yes,
Are any of these vacant?
No, he had the belt, and I remember last year he beat Tim Bresnan, so he kept the belt. I don't know if Mindy has defended it since then. I'm not sure. Maybe he can answer that.
It comes down to us. I mean, Nick is really good inside. He's really powerful. This could be a very big, very knockdown, drag out match. I think it's all positionally based, right? Like, where does the match, like, who takes it from A to B, right? Whoever, in my opinion, whoever can control the center of the table and get it to their side wins the match.
Right.
I think Dulskis is really big, and it's going to also get issues too.
I think those guys are almost you could put them next to each other and the proportions are extremely similar.
Oh, Mindy said he pulled Big Rick before that, so I'm assuming Rick Heidebrecht?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's looking nice. I'm like, hey, will he keep his title? We're going to find out.
I do have Mindy as a slight favorite. I'm not going to lie. Like 55-45.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And if you want to watch this, you have to go over to the Arm Gods website and join. You become a member. And it's pretty inexpensive, Jody, isn't it?
$4.95.
And then you can watch the pay-per-view, which is really, it's not a pay-per-view. It's kind of a pay-per-view. It's membership-based, right?
Yeah.
It is.
So you buy a membership and then you can watch it.
And like
what time on Friday?
Who, me?
Yeah.
West Coast or East Coast?
Let's go Central. You know Central?
Well, local time, 6 o'clock.
So 5 p.m. There you go.
5 p.m. Central?
5 p.m. Central.
Yes.
And they even said it, guys. Like, I'm not saying anything they haven't said. If you do want to watch it and you buy the membership, they've even said you can cancel a membership right after buying it. They get you the membership for 30 days to watch it. If you want to continue the membership and get all their content, you have that option too.
You can watch all the other previous events they've had on there too. So, yeah.
I was a member for a long time, and then I let it go, and now I'm going to rejoin because I got to watch. And you can watch all these like at your leisure, right? So I'll do what I always do, and probably watch it when I have free time on Saturday.
It's pretty apparent, right? It's pretty apparent you went to a Jelly Roll concert.
It's true.
I mean, you're wearing the shirt.
I was up late.
You're getting too old for that ride. You just gotta.
Speaking of memberships, guys, have y'all been watching the Arm Wars Titan House? I'll take that as a no. All right. Yeah. Have y'all been checking that out? The Titan House?
I have.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
I don't have big biceps. They're small.
Well, you've been showing them off enough. We can all see them.
No, it's mainly the tattoo. I really like the
shirt
tattoo.
too, Nathan, by the way.
Oh, the blaster shirt?
Yeah. Too bad your old man's yellow, kid.
I love that. I got the Lincoln Hawk ball cap upstairs.
I even have the Hawk and Sons hauling shirt. Have you guys seen that one?
I've
Oh
seen it
no.
advertised on the 80stees.com or whatever.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Nice.
They got a couple of interesting questions here.
Okay.
Brian Gabriel is asking, "Is anyone here about Nick Zinna?" I haven't heard anything about Nick Zinna since WAL days.
Right.
And then GB, will Derek Smith ever compete again?
I want to say he has some stuff in the works on one of his podcast shows. He mentioned that, but he didn't want to get too deep into it. So
he must have something coming up.
Yeah. Where? I don't know. That I don't know where, but
Interesting. What else you got, Jody? What else are we going to talk about? Anything on your mind that you want to get off your chest?
Promoters need to stop fighting with one another.
Oh,
I'm getting sick of it now.
Are they fighting?
Yeah.
Always.
So we got a Denise Waddle, Sean Hancock split now. That's getting stupid. Y'all knock it off.
Why are they fighting?
Well, it's already out there. It's not a secret. But so the IFA North America Championships, we got 2 of them. My word. So,
Why are there 2 of them?
Because Simon runs the other one. Shocker.
Oh, you're talking about the WAF North Americans. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So,
which happened in Costa Rica.
Right. The one in Las Vegas is ran originally by IFA. And from what I heard, Sean asked Denise, "Hey, can I run this one?" And she was like, "Yes." And now he has taken it over as this is my event now under Boom Productions. But now, if you know Sean, he's more of a trying to I'm PAL now rather than IFA kind of stuff now. And they had a falling out.
Is he like the last man standing for PAL?
I think, because I don't even know where Igor is now.
Like, Igor's promoting his equipment again, but he's not advertising anything to do with PAL. Other than that Dubai event that I'm not sure if it ever happened.
It didn't happen. Remember how they had that really bad flood over there and the airports got shut? I think that killed it. Yeah.
I heard Sean's event was
Jake Clean, that match you're talking about. It's on everybody's freaking post feed on Facebook. That little jabroni that sat there was holding that guy's elbow and being a total jerk. But if you want to see it, I know some of the matches have been released on Utah Armwrestling on YouTube. Go check them out. It's the amateur. He was an amateur, so you can look at the amateur class right hand and go from there. You'll probably see it. But yeah, so they had a falling out, and you know what? Here's the thing: when one promotion goes down, we don't need other promotions piling on. It's one thing if the athletes do, because if they got scorned, fine, whatever. But when other people like promoters want to sit there and dig at them, that doesn't make you any better. I
thought that event went, I heard it was massively successful.
Yeah. There were some tidbits that kind of, went awry, that kind of rubbed people the wrong way, but that's neither here nor there. But we'll see. It's just we need to stop all that nonsense. So,
well, I think a lot of it happening, in my opinion, in the public eye is not a good place. I know we live in a social media world these days, but I think a lot of this stuff could be handled behind closed doors, and it would be a lot better off.
Agreed. I don't get it when these promotions that aren't that big or aren't that big anymore continue to try to fight with each other when honestly, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but do they matter in the grand scheme of things?
Hey, SP, you got your other laptop next to you, right?
Yeah.
I got mine. What's up?
So can you show, because Jay Clean really wants to see this match, who this guy was we're talking about. Can you go ahead and bring it up?
Yeah, I'll bring it up. It should
under Sean Hancock's feed, because
it's been shared a few times too. I'll go find it.
And they're getting all kind of dislikes and comments and stuff. And hey, my man Josh T, what's up, my friend? I can't wait to see you this weekend, sir. Can't wait to see you. So let's show that so the whole world can know some jackoff decided to do what he does when you're at a nightclub or whatever, some kind of bar at 11:45 at night after he had a few, being stupid, unprofessional.
This guy like really seemed like he was intoxicated or something.
I have to agree.
Get clean. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, pause it so I can share my screen, and then we'll put it over there. And I'll turn the volume off. And I'll close all the inappropriate tabs I have open over there.
Don't worry, I can multitask. I can type and work on stuff and give you the look.
What am I doing here? I'm sharing the wrong screen is what I'm doing.
Oh no, we're all like,
heck, man.
It's a good thing I don't do mushrooms. That would have messed me up.
That had me think. Remember Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Johnny Depp, the poster? Oh, that's got me all kinds of like, huh, what?
Here it is.
It's the guy in the black shirt on the right. Watch this, guys.
He is. He rips the guy across the table right off the bat here.
Mind you, this is amateurs too.
And then you got Hancock giving him shit.
Hold on, rewind it again because it got to a point where it went slow and it went fast. There's that. Now he's holding his elbow, like arm. Like, what are we doing here? Now watch this. Is he? See, put your elbow. Look at this. What is this guy? So
here's one thing I don't agree with. Just give the guy warnings and fouls and move on instead of making it a big show.
I mean, honestly, if like behaviorally, he did it in matches after this one too. So like, you could have just been like, I think you need to leave.
Yeah.
You know,
no need for all that.
Like, because you have a person like that, like he's like the way he gripped up with him. I mean, I know it's perception based, right? But from my perception, like he was trying to injure that guy, right? So like you're intentionally trying to injure an opponent, you should be removed from the event.
Hey, can you pause that for a second?
Sure.
Because if I'm not mistaken, you're not supposed to be wearing elbow sleeves or anything like that.
You're supposed to have nothing at all on the competing arm.
So there's I don't think anybody saw that, but I'm like going, why is that guy wearing long sleeves and how come it's not above his shoulder? Or I'm sorry, above his elbow?
Hancock failed his master referee test.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, what are we doing? Why are you sitting up there with an elbow sleeve on or whatever? That doesn't make any sense. I understand you want to keep your arm warm, but what is that? So
I also
there's
don't.
two things.
This is supposed to be IFA rules. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Why are they closing their own thumbs?
No referees grip in any organization unless it's Wall and or MAC. Do you close your own thumb?
Right.
Yeah. Closing your own
see,
thumbs,
there should have been a foul on the guy on the left.
Hand. They've already got their thumbs closed when he opens the grip.
There's a lot of movement in that right hand, right?
Yeah, and the guy closed his own hand.
The black shirt closed his own fingers.
What the fuck are we doing? And I need to go to Sean and go, bro, that whole match, if you look at it, they're going to tear you apart, bro.
Closes the one guy's hand.
Movement.
Closes his own hand. Go. Referee's grip.
He's going to be at the Winter Blast doing a referee seminar at Arm God. And, you know, I want to bring this up and go, bro, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, do you realize that? I don't even know what the hell's going on.
You got a furry in here, arm wrestling.
Hey, at least both their elbows are exposed.
And you can watch the way this guy pulls, too, how very amateur he is.
Yeah. There, the big win.
He gets fouled out his next match.
What a dick.
Yeah, he gets pretty mad. All this.
What is this?
The fisherman grip.
This guy thinks he's in 1985.
Oh boy, this is the foul match, right?
Straighten
he
that
fouls
shoulder.
out. Yep, he fouls out.
So do you see what we're talking about, chat?
This match.
Like, I understand it being amateur, so you're trying to get them to lose. Like, you're trying to, like, it's amateurs, so sometimes they don't know the rule, but this dude's just being completely egregious. Like completely egregious.
Yeah, I'm about
There
to
you
get a hold
have
of
it,
Sean and go, bro, what's up, man? Not to tear him apart, but I don't want to say something and then he like goes off on me or whatever. And because I don't know who's reffing our matches, by the way. Let me ask the chat, our group chat, who's refs for our matches? I ain't trying to, man. So much wrong with that.
Well, that referee's grip wasn't really a referee's grip.
Right. So, what do you guys think about that? That
Wow.
dumbass, and
I mean,
just give them the warnings and fouls as per the rules, and you'll be fine.
yeah.
Doesn't need to be a show. Doesn't need to be a post after the fact. Just give him the warnings and the fouls, and that match would have been over. He would have been out of the tournament after match 2.
Mm-hmm.
You can't intentionally try to hurt your opponent.
Well, not to mention, if it was a rest grid, why are people closing their thumbs and the guy in the black shirt closed his hand? I'm like, what are we doing here? That should have been a loss already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got. It's just, what the hell? I don't even know anymore.
Hey, check this out.
Wow.
IFA was the return of Vern Martel.
Awesome. He got a legendary award, inspirational award, I believe.
Yeah. That's great.
So yeah, there's that. So there's that Colossal. So next year, I guess the IFA will be under Boom Productions or something like that. So
this is cloudy, man. You should not have amateur arm wrestling under a Productions logo. Just my opinion.
Well, I mean, hopefully you take a step back and go, okay. I mean, just don't let it get to that point. You don't.
Yeah.
Well, like even if you go to like the Worlds, right? They have juniors, not amateurs, right? Everybody is encapsulated in age groups, disabled.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
well, everything is amateur at WAF.
yeah, yes. But I'm saying there's no amateur and pro division. It's everybody pulls everything. And it's all age based. Or if you pull in the disabled class, whether you're blind or hearing impaired or have a physical disability, and then you have the sit down for the people in wheelchairs. Like,
yeah. All right, guys, ready to jump off of here and have the our quick combo after the fact?
You know it.
I'm ready.
All right, everybody.
I'll be ready to go.
Good luck,
Friday,
Jody.
baby. Friday night. Check me out.
Get strong, Jody. Get better. Go get some echinacea and some other shit.
I'm feeling like garbage right now. No aches and pains, but I feel like crap.
You're ahead of the game.
Vitamin C.
Right. Exactly. I got a bunch of orange I'm going to eat too for lunch.
So long, everyone.